Okay, we are streaming live via YouTube. My name is Judge Tamika West Bernard. I'm officially calling the state of Georgia versus Jonathan Newton, warrant number 2023 WA01953 for the charge of burglary. And then there's a second charge, warrant number 2023 WA01954 for the charge of criminal damage in the second degree. The state of Georgia is represented by 88 Cheryl Freeman. The defendant is appearing live via YouTube at Clayton County Jail. He will be represented by attorney Nicole Jones. The state of Georgia is ready to call their first witness. Please proceed forward, 88 Freeman.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Lawrence, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm that the testimony about provide in the matter of state of Georgia versus Jonathan Newton will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Wait, I didn't hear you. I can't. It was kind of muffled.
I do.
Okay, thank you. Please tell us your name for the record.
Officer Pamela Lawrence.
Dr. Lawrence. Officer Lawrence, how are you employed?
Clayton County Police Department.
How long have you worked with the Clayton County Police Department?
11.5 years.
Were you working with the Clayton County Police Department on January 19th of 2023?
I was.
On that particular day, did you respond to 1260 Old Conley Road in Conley, Georgia?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that location?
It's a church, Wings of Faith.
Why did you respond to that church?
A call came out regarding a subject inside of the location that was not supposed to be there.
When you arrived at that location, were you able to determine if someone was inside of the church?
Yes, ma'am. There was a black male, later identified as Mr. Newton, in one of the rooms inside of the church under a blanket, laying on the floor.
Were you able to determine how he made entry into the church?
Yes, ma'am. There was a window at the rear of the church that was broken out. And once he made entry, the alarm started to go off, and he ripped the control panel out, the wires and everything to cut off the alarm.
Was there anyone from the church who was there that indicated that that window had not been broken before?
Yes, ma'am. The pastor, who happened to be en route when the alarm did go off.
Did the church have any surveillance cameras around?
No, ma'am. Not that I recall, no.
Were you able to review any kind of video surveillance?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
The pastor said that all the doors and the windows were secure when he last left the location.
Did you make contact with this defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
When you made contact with the defendant, was this Mr. Jonathan Newton?
Yes, ma'am.
What did Mr. Newton tell you that he was doing?
He stated that he needed a place to sleep, and the doors of the church are always open, and he walked in through the door.
Did you ask him about the broken window?
He stated he did not break the window.
Did you ask Mr. Newton about the other damage that you saw?
Yes, he stated he did none of that. He stated he walked in through the door and went and laid down, went and found him. He needed to get some rest.
When the pastor arrived there, was he able to give you an estimate for the damages that were done?
Yes, ma'am. I don't quite remember the exact number he gave me, but it was over $5,000 because the whole control panel was just ripped out of the wall. The wires were pulled out and everything.
When you spoke to the pastor of the church, did he indicate whether he had given Mr. Newton permission to enter the building?
He stated he did not give Mr. Newton or anybody else any permission to be in the building.
Were there any other witnesses to Mr. Newton entering the church?
There was I guess a deacon that was there also with the pastor that saw Mr. Newton inside of the building.
Did Mr. Newton make any other statements to you?
Yes, he kept begging to have the charge dropped down to criminal trespass. He stated that the burglary charge would hold him in jail too long and he needed to get out because he needed to go to school. And he was also yelling out the window, begging for the pastor to drop the charge to criminal trespass.
Did all of this happen in Clayton County?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. No further questions.
Your witness, Attorney Jones?
Officer Lawrence, was the deacon with the pastor or was the deacon already at the church? Officer Lawrence?
It appears she's frozen. Okay, it looked like we lost her and ADA Freeman for some reason.
Yes, I was getting worried on myself.
I don't know how that happens. Let me see here. Okay, they're back. Let's see. Nope.
The jail is back.
Okay, yes. ADA Freeman is back. You love technology. Okay. Okay, so we're just waiting on the officer to return. So do you want to give her a call to see if she can log back in?
I just I'm on the phone with her. She said she's trying to get back in, but it's still
Oh.
standing.
It's still. Okay.
Judge, I have Officer Lawrence on, and she said that she's been trying to get back on. It's showing that her internet is good, is twirling. She was pulled over to do the Zoom, and she said it'll take her about 10, 15 minutes at max to get to the precinct if the court wants to wait. But she's still trying to get on, and it's just twirling right now, she said.
Your Honor,
Okay.
given the officer's testimony, we can submit it on the testimony.
Okay, great. Thank you, Attorney Jones. We appreciate that. Otherwise, we're gonna have to circle back around. Okay. With that said, the charges of burglary will be bound over to the Superior Court of Clayton County, as well as the charge of criminal damage in the second degree. Mr. Newton, that will conclude your preliminary hearing for this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor, and just give me 1 second, let me let the officer know.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jones.